Orc warriors, the cornerstone of any good orc and goblin army. Well, it used to be the case, not so much anymore now that black orcs can become core. These guys I see less and less on the tabletop, and not for any bad reason, right? I think if you're a narrative player and you want a dope looking orc army, these guys are it. I think if you're going to go through and you're going to dabble between editions like I do, I think they're it. They're great. I love taking them. They're one of my favorite units to take in 6th and 8th. And I still have them, and I run them here and there on very friendly games because, as we'll dig into, they're not very competitive. You're looking at movement 4, weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 3. So you're shooting on 4s, which is nice, but I mean, we'll get into that in a second. Strength 3, which is where you fall a little flat in the face. Toughness 4, 1 wound, initiative 3, attacks 1, and leadership 9. Now, there's been some changes to these over the years. Now, Orcs and Goblins used to have this beautiful rule called animosity. To anyone that was an Orcs and Goblins player, hello, we all know how that chart worked. When you needed to not roll a 1, you rolled a 1. So that's awesome. But now you have impetuous. So now if someone's within your charge range, so that movement 4 plus a 6, so 10 inches, you have to roll a die on a 1 to 3. You must charge. On a 4, you get to act normal. Now, with the bows being a thing, people can bait those archers into close combat, but it's not a horrible thing because 10 inches, obviously you still got the other 14 inches of shooting. And at ballistic skill 3, you'll be hitting on 5s mostly for distance if you move 6s. And it's just, like I said, shooting's not like it used to be in previous editions. You're going to try and take a couple rank bonuses out if you can, which is actually easy. A lot of people aren't overfilling their ranks. So, I mean, whittle them down, maybe use these guys if they have bows to hit a flank. Now, the reason why impetuous isn't too bad, like animosity, is it's not as unpredictable. You can factor in a strategy around it and base, when you might have to start taking them and start moving your stuff around to support it. And with that, you get the Choppa special rule. On a turn in which you charge, reroll wound rolls of 1 and increase the AP of 1. So that's the key word right there. Reroll wound rolls of 1 and AP on the turn you charge. Now, I've seen people make this mistake, and I think it's a mistake. It's subjectivity, but they'll take spears on their orcs because they're like, I get that extra rank if I stay stationary. You don't get benefits for staying stationary as an orc. You get that benefit for getting that charge off. And I would almost, with that being said, upgrade your orcs with additional hand weapons because they'll get 2 attacks base. Your champion will get 3 if you have a champion. And it's going to allow you to put really good damage output in rather than just getting an extra attack. So like say you go 7 wide, you're only going to get freaking 14, 15 attacks with a champion. Now say you go 7 wide with additional hand weapons, you're going to be looking at the same, but you'll get to re-roll your wound rolls of 1 and you'll be increasing your AP because you won't be hesitant to charge. Now, another way to further benefit yourself would be to upgrade to Biggins. I believe it's 1 per army or 1 per 1,000 points. It's been a minute. Don't murder me because I got that wrong. I don't play orcs as frequently as I should. But we're changing that, damn it. We're changing that this edition. So we get +1 strength and in combat and +1 AP. So that's really good. Allow me to go on my funny duddy horse, if you will. Biggins used to be strength 4 all round, so not just in combat. There's some spells that can really mess with you, and it would be like a nuisance for the orcs. But I kind of like the fact that it's just in combat only. I think it's a little bit more gimmicky. I like it. The AP, obviously, if you charge your AP 2, Chaos Armor from 5 to a 0. If they took shields to a 6. So you'll be doing some damage on these guys, and that's really what you want to kind of get into. Now, orcs are unique because when other things in other armies panic, it tends to force a panic check. But if you get hit, if a goblin unit gets hit next to you and they start running, dude, the orcs don't really care because they're all about might makes right, and they're the bigger ones. They kind of expect goblins to run, which is kind of gimmicky because you could put goblins around here to support them, or like night goblin archers while you move your orcs up. And for some reason, if they get into combat or someone completely obliterates them, they don't care. They go about their day. A couple key things of note here before I close up this video, because it's really a short, simple, concise, to the point. Orc warriors are not the bread and butter of an orc army anymore. I would almost say that if you want a good core, or you want to chew up your core, I would almost take a black orc warlord with black orcs. But what orcs are really notorious for is being a good traditional staple in a classic orcs and goblins army, and when you put it in a display case, it really takes the quality and look of it just to the next level. I like that they brought back the old orc warrior kit. I think it's nice to see them. Those were models that were around when I got into the hobby, and it was fun to kind of rebuild them again. I'll be painting one of these guys up on the channel probably this weekend, and we'll be going into that a little bit here and there. Stand by for more orc content. If you like this stuff, subscribe. If you want to check out my shorts, please go check those out. Subscribe. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of crap for Orctober, and I'm really excited to sit here and share it with you guys. So with everybody, peace.